that's the one that I want to really keep. Let's keep that creative energy together. Let's make a partnership with each other to support each other. One of the greatest experiences in the nature is when the birds fly in that V shape that they fly. And do you know why they fly in that V shape? And you know the sound? I think you've heard me talk about it maybe, or you know that. But do you know what
I don't know the sound, but I know why. Okay.
All right, I'll tell you about the sound too. So they fly in the V shape because as the wing moves like that, the one which is behind that wing gets 70% more speed because of the air that moves apart. So they follow each other in that, and they really are relaxed flying. When they talk, they're telling each other to go, go, go. They're encouraging each other And the leader, next time pay attention to the leader, what happens. The one that is in the front, they keep on changing. The moment the leader has the responsibility, because the leader is going to really fly into the air. So they keep on changing, keep on changing. But these are all normal. The beauty of it is when one of them, something happens to it, one of these birds, something happens to a bird, gets sick or gets shot or something, the bird that is in front of that and the one that is behind fly down with that bird who was shot or is sick. They fly down, they get separated from the group, and they fly together, the three of them. If you see three birds flying together, the three of them, the middle one has got some problems, and the other two carry that other one as long as it's needed until either that bird dies or can fly back, and then they go back to the next flock of birds. That's it. So
We are close to
birds do
hospital.
that. When the birds do that, at least we should learn from them to be together and know that the energy that we create would help us all together. Okay? So that's for the. So we're going to be having programs. I want to do some interesting stuff. You know, like I did one. Was it? Well, 5 years ago, I did one retreat which was Joy of Ridiculousness. Was anybody in that retreat? Joy of Ridiculousness? No, none of you from that. And that was a fabulous 3 days to do something that people would think that is ridiculous if you did it, or you thought yourself that it would be ridiculous. But those are the type of things that I really want to help you to get that connection with the inner self, with that muse, with that Krishna, with that power that drives you to become a rose, to give beauty and the scent of beauty, to spread the scent of beauty. Okay? So as you receive emails from, you know, some of the emails, she tells me that she sent like 4 emails to some people until they responded. Okay, I don't have that type of patience because I got a lot of other people who would be interested in come along. But we'll get together as one group and we'll have your email list and everything, so we would share together our experience. Okay? Is that pretty good? Yep. All right. So you don't have to fill out anything in that regard because we have the information, but we send you the information. Muhtadi, who is not my son, as I told you, but I love him like my son. He is a great artist, and I want to do one retreat also with him that would be calligraphy and painting together. And so we're going to be doing these type of retreats, but you would know about it. But it's most likely that the one that I would do with dance might be the first one or the one with a dream. So I have two of the best partners that you could ever have in the world. You have witnessed the dance of Kosar. Here she is. Don't hide in there, Kosar. I'll do a retreat with dance and things like that. Okay, that's for that. Now, who else wants to share your experience?
I'm Trisha.
And where do you
Stand
come
up.
from?
I was born and raised and lived in Los Angeles most of my life. Currently live in Portland, Oregon, with Dan. And we used to take Rassouli's once a month workshops in Encino, like 5 or 6 years ago, and it set us both off on a beautiful path of painting. And both of us have long history with professional graphic designers. So we're abandoning that and putting our time into painting. What I love about you and what I get from you is this unlearning, which was really life-altering for us. And what I love the way that you teach, because you teach in storytelling and metaphors and through poetry. And I'm so grateful for the inspiration that you give to us and to, I'm sure, for all of us. You also confirm and validate the path that I'm on. So I really appreciate that. And I just love you. I'm so grateful. I just wanted to express my gratitude. It's been really, really fun to be here and meet people and paint in community and see all this beautiful music and dancing and art, and it's just wonderful. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Stan, do you want to add anything to it, or you?
I will add, I'm Stan, and that's Trisha's my better half. I think it was really great because we have this 164 square foot studio that we built, and Trisha is over on one corner splashing paint on, and I'm sitting there meticulously rendering this thing that takes me months to do, and she'll crank out 12 to my one. But it's so great. I was so excited to say, wow, I get to go to a Rassouli workshop because now I could be free again. So thank you for the freedom that I experienced this weekend. I'll go back to my little thing because I like both. I love both, and thank you so much. I love all you people. It was just really great to meet all of you and see your hearts on your canvas. So thank you.
Anybody else wants to share? Yes.
My name is Gila Nissan.
Please stand up.
My name is Gila Nissan, and I'm here because of Zari. We work together on spirituality, and I'm here to thank you for the opportunity to come back to expressing myself through painting. The power of the group is so important, and the conditions to be in nature and out of the routine of our life is certainly opening a door to try to observe myself and see myself in ways that I don't when I'm working with my usual crafts. And what I'm finding is, again, that even to undo is work. And I'm looking personally how to maintain the tension between being free inside, but yet approach a new craft with a little more knowledge and information. So for me, I was unable to use a brush because I could only work with my fingers because I was afraid of the brush. I've noticed that when professionals work with a brush, they do things that I'm unable to do. So, so that's what I'm in front of.
And you are teaching Kabbalah?
Yes.
Yes. And you want to just briefly tell us what is Kabbalah about?
Kabbalah is a very interesting word. It means to receive yourself, to receive the higher self, but also to accept. So not a lot of people know that it also means to accept your higher self and probably also your lower self. And you know, science now teaches Kabbalah, so you don't need to go too far. You can just follow the idea that everything is connected, and the idea that everything is vibrations. Those are beginning principles that we can work with. And if the whole world is nothing but vibrations, imagine what kind of a door is opening in front of us now.
Thank you.
Sure.
And the word Kabbalah, that in Arabic is Kabbalah, which is the same word in Hebrew, Kabbalah. It's the certificate of, like a marriage certificate. So the whole concept is, this is the certificate that entitles me to be that. So this is really the great teachings that we gain out of Kabbalah, which is completely different from religion. It's a concept of getting the deeds that is related to your life and get the ideas, the concepts and all that. Thank you for sharing. Yes.
Hi, my name is Michelle Silverman, and born and raised Denver, Colorado. Then another 18 to 20 years in Southern and Northern California, and then Minnesota for the last 20. So I'm so grateful to be here. My first job was at age 6, going door to door. I had cardboard and scissors and construction paper, and door to door selling commissions for children's bedrooms. And successfully until I started selling Girl Scout cookies, and then I dumped that and sold tons more cookies. But
And you did all of that in this retreat?
no, I'm coming to this retreat.
Oh, I see. I thought you were talking about the retreat.
No, I'm getting to the retreat.
All right,
But
thank you.
age 6, that's what I was doing. And then for a number of reasons, I didn't start painting again until my 20s. And then I've always been selling my art my whole life. But then when I came to Rassouli's first retreat, I was like, okay, now I have, hundreds of paintings. Now I just have to start selling them. And then here, what I got from this retreat, and why I stood up my hand right away, and I'm so appreciate that you said Kabbalah, because I study from the Kabbalah in my morning prayer and meditation, and I have a Kabbalah deck, and a lot of my work comes straight from there. And so that was really super cool. And what I really love about you, Rassouli, and being with all of you, is it's so freeing. And you're so specific in your instruction that it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. And I love that because I can be all over there and 1 minute be doing a necklace and the next minute be doing a painting and the next minute another thing. And I'm really all creativity all the time. And a former recovery, I used to say I was a CEO in recovery for nonprofits. That's a career I left. And now I'm running my own business, and I'm so grateful to you for the business meetings and your mentorship, and you're very clear, you must focus here. And I love the way you speak so directly to me, to my heart, and then that feeds my mind. And I know it's all going to work, and I'm very grateful to be in your presence.
They're not going to all work.
What?
They're not going to all work at all. None of them are going to work.
You know what?
Only, you know what? Only works what you decide right now that you started it. It will work is a dream that
might never happen. It's a wishful thinking. But if you want it to work, from this moment on, it's working. From this moment on, not from tomorrow. From this moment on, it's working. If you go along that, it will work. But if you think that I know it will work, or I hope it will work, or I'm going to make it work, all of these go back to my description of when I was eating all those chocolates and I was, totally addicted to it, didn't know about it. You remember, did I say that? Or no, I haven't said that. There was a time like a few years back I had people, it was around the New Year's and I got a lot of candies from Iran and chocolates and all kind of sweets. And as I was painting, I was taking all of these goodies, these sweet things. Little I knew that I was getting addicted to them. And one night I was to talk at Agape, some of you know, and I usually just like this, I just sit there and see what the mood of the group is, so I can adjust myself to it and speak what they want to hear themselves saying, like I'm doing it now. It's just reflection of your hearts that is coming through me. I'm verbalizing it, but it's you talking. And I was sitting at Agape and I was getting ready to go and talk up there, and suddenly I felt like I wanted a piece of chocolate. And it was bothering me. I couldn't focus because I really needed a chocolate. And I was just sitting in there and thinking, wow, this is not good. I'm getting addicted to chocolate and I have to somehow get down on it or don't do it because this is really trouble because I don't know now, I'm not even ready to go up there. And I thought that way I can convince myself that, okay, I'm not going to eat chocolate. Nothing worked. Then suddenly I caught myself that I was making a decision for my future, not for them. And I said to myself, if somebody comes right now with a box of chocolate, I'm not going to take one. That's it. I'm done with chocolates. And suddenly everything opened up and I was ready to go on, tie with the group. So if you want to make a decision right now. If you want to go on a diet, go on a diet right now. Not tomorrow, not from Monday, not from next year. If you start right now, whatever it is, it will work. But if you're hoping that it will come about later, it won't work. As simple as that. Who else wants to share your experience? Yes.
My name is Erin, and I took your workshop downtown about 7 years ago, and that was the first time I had painted in years. And then I lost track of what you were doing, so I found out about this retreat from my dear friend Deanna, and it just worked. Everything worked out to be able to take it. And I found my art bag, and it was covered in dust. So I hadn't painted in like 7 years. And then my easel is in her car with dust on it right now. And I just feel so grateful for this experience because it just brought me back alive with art and creativity and focusing on my muse inside of me and just following my heart. And so grateful of meeting everyone here, and just thank you so much from my heart, Rassouli.
Thank you. Who else wants to? Yes.
I too just want to, my name is Roya. I live here in Topanga, and just wanted to express my gratitude for being here. Thank you for creating such a fabulous space for all these passionate individuals to show up and for me to be amongst them. I'm sure there's so much that I'm processing that it will reveal itself as the weeks go by and how it shows up in my work, but it's definitely been a confirmation and affirmation on a lot of different things that I have been processing myself. And I was very impressed by your sense of tuning in to all of us. I felt like you really was holding that space in the room, even though we were all busy, painting away, but you would occasionally say something or do something that I thought, wow, that's exactly what I'm feeling. So thank you for being present in the room with us and just helping us go to the next level. Thank you.
And if it wasn't because of all those beautiful young men and women who were assisting me, and they're still doing, I couldn't have done anything like this. A wonderful group of friends to have, and I'm so proud of them. And I'm honored that I have had that opportunity. It's very interesting. When I was, before I was born, and this sounds like hocus pocus, but it's important for a certain reason that I tell you. Before I was born, my mother had a dream, and she was swimming in the pool, and the lightning hit the pool and got it on fire, and she got frightened. She jumped out of bed screaming. And there was a holy man who was in the neighborhood, and like a couple of days later, when she discussed that dream with the holy man said to her that you're pregnant and you're going to have a son who is going to be representing light, and he's going to go crossing the oceans, and he's going to bring lights together to turn them into a major flame. That in my mother's mind was when she found out that she was pregnant. And when I was born, she began to treat me different than my brothers and sisters. Because to her, I was a special person that she was developing for a certain purpose. All of this is hocus pocus, except for when it comes to me, I began to take this serious, as it's a mission for me to do that. And as I'm going along the path and I'm seeing things that it comes along, I experience it. I did not intentionally begin to paint about light or talk about light, or nothing was intentional. Just it has developed into. And I know that with this group of artists that we're bringing together, including yourselves, that I want you to really be supporters of this fusion art concept, bringing the creativity together, because now that everything has failed in our life, no time in the history we've been in this condition that we have now. Religion has failed, economy has failed, politics has failed, everything that you can imagine has failed. Social life has failed. This is the time to recreate ourselves in this world. So my mission is to help you to recreate that new world that I can see it in my grandchild, our new generation of children got to build. We cannot screw up more than we're doing now. We're doing it in every aspect of life that you can imagine. And unless you really you did it with painting, unless you destroy everything, if you want to keep a part of the painting, becomes a problem. Because everything is going to be oriented toward that little piece of the painting that you want to keep. The only way that you can be relieved completely, get rid of that as well. So all of a sudden, the universe wants to have a president, a leader in the world who can destroy everything. And when my son says, as liberal as you are, you're supporting Donald Trump, I say, yeah, this is the recession period that we need. We need the destruction. We need the destruction. We can't just keep on building on some cracked up things that is coming along the way. We need destruction. And we need somebody who would be destroying, just like Khomeini did in Iran. Yeah. Destroy everything. Once you destroy everything, there is room for building up. As an architect, I learned you have to dig down and dig down. The deeper you can dig down, the stronger foundation you can build. So destruction, as you experienced in here,
It is the basics that we're looking for. Learning is easy. Learning is the easiest thing in the world. All you have to do is listen to somebody, read a book. There's all kinds of ways to learn. But unlearning is not easy. It's not easy to unlearn. And this is the process that you need to constantly adjust yourself to it. Because it's not about learning that you can build up on it. It's about unlearning that you need constantly. The moment something is a learned thing around you, it's going to be destroyed. Some of you experience when you ask me to, would you help me to fix this? And you notice what I did? Just got a rag and just went right over the whole painting. And that's the way to fix things. Who else
Leila.
wants to share? Yes.
Okay, so I'm ready. I'm Susanna. We're here local, Silver Lake. I'm ready to sign up for the dream in painting because I had this really weird dream last night of being surrounded by laughing hyenas. And that's very symbolic because I was dealing with a lot of my shadow stuff this weekend. I was very frustrated yesterday and just felt like I can't do this. And I go into a bubble and think, oh, I'm the only one, which I don't think so. Right? I hear you when you were sharing. So the laughing hyenas, it was almost like, you know, okay, get over it. But I think the dream stuff and the painting, I'm ready for that. And thank you for the reference to Trump because I mean we are so fucking frustrated. So that's a bit of a relief. Good to hear that.
You should be really thankful that we have somebody like Trump.
Okay.
You really have to be
new way
thankful
to look
because
at it.
we've had enough problems and a lot of cracks in our system, in everything that we've had, and we need total destruction. And a total destruction is not even to. The good thing about him is he's consistent in his inconsistency. And that's what we love to have. So that's, yes. Who else wants? Yes.
My name is Yasmin. I live here locally. I just wanted to say this was one of the very few times, first times that I picked up a paintbrush. Very, very limited experience, but it's been amazing. And the one thing I've learned a little bit about or thought about since you talked about destruction is I've learned that I have to trust that it's going to be okay after that. So for me, it's been interesting self-discovery. I keep thinking about having to trust that it's going to turn out okay. So thank you for that opportunity as well.
Anybody else? Yes.
I do. I was thinking of right now, but my name is Zoya, and I painted with Rassouli for I think 10 years until Rassouli decided not to have retreats anymore. And after that, I painted for a while, and my creativity stopped. And I suffered for about 2 years. I couldn't paint at all. It wouldn't come. I couldn't make love to the canvas. And this retreat was fascinating when I came in, and was so excited, and it really moved through me, and I created this painting that there's two people kind of separating on their own way, and they're together. And years ago, I think on the second retreat that I've been with you, I created a painting where the man, like to me it's Native American man, standing with the woman in front, and he's showing her the way and how she grew up, and they're going on their own ways. And it was such an incredible, when I kind of put them together, it was like, wow, I guess I grew up. Something like that. So I felt very, very special. And another thing I want to share today, I was very frustrated, and I was almost crying because I didn't feel connection to Rassouli, and I asked for it, and I received it, and it opened up my heart so much. So I really, really appreciate what you do. Thank you for your love.
You. That was a nice experience. She was crying. And I said, what is wrong? And she said, can I have a hug?
She asked the right person.
That was it. Thank you. Anybody else? Yes.
My name is Iluna, and we came from the UK. We were both scared stiff because we're not painters, really. And we've had a great time. And thank you so much, Rassouli. Can't do this without crying. So we took a leap of faith coming, and we both know that we've benefited enormously from it. So thank you, and thank you everybody. It's been wonderful meeting you all. And I'm sure there's been a shift. And so thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Sharing your experience. Yes.
My name is Ale, and I'm also local. I'm also gonna cry, but
That's okay, right? You're in a safe zone. Nobody's going to criticize anything.
my experience also with Rassouli has been very touching, and I came to 3 of your workshops, and I never forget that it's been about art of living for me, and I've carried that with me, and every time I see you I get reminded, and I'm so grateful for that.
Thank you.
Beautifully said. That's beautiful. I just want to say that. I want to take those words. That is who you are. The art of living. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. The art of living, that's what really art means, is the goodness of the expansive goodness. That's what definition of the art is. Expansive goodness. As you expand goodness, beauty, it builds up on your reputation. Picasso expanded, wow, far away distances, generation after generation. So he's a great artist. The Beatles, Beethoven, Tolstoy. A fellow countryman of yours, Tarkovsky. If you're not familiar with him, study him. Amazing artist. Tarkovsky. His movies are incredible movies. So really, it's about expanding beauty. We are creative people in the image of the Creator because we want to span that creativity. We want to spread it around. And this is what the purpose of being creative means. If you want to sell your creativity, forget it. Forget it. It's like a prostitute making love. So you have to act, pretend, do all kinds of things that a prostitute does in order to be able to sell. But if you are making love to the canvas, not for money, then it develops it because love is the greatest teacher. The only great teacher that you could ever have in life is love. Just do anything with love and you're going to learn it so well. What you learn through love, it stays there. I cannot even unlearn it anymore because it stayed there. What you learn through the mind, it's temporary. Anybody else wants to share? Yes.
I'm Mary. Sorry. Thank you for getting me out of my head. I've been in the head for a very long time. You can sit on my lap. And so I needed to get out. Now I'm finding a balance. Now it's finding a balance, which starts today, yeah?
Now.
Now. Thank you.
Yes.
My name is Danny. I have a scientific mind, and I've been stuck with it all my life. I've been painting and stuck with that ideology of preciseness and scientific mind with it, and I wasn't able to get out of it. So when the opportunity came, I grabbed it and started with his instructions to paint. As soon as I put the brush, I've been painting a long time, but it's been precise painting, portraits. So as soon as I put the brush, I got stuck. I got stuck in the figure, and I couldn't get out of it. So I called him. I said, help me. As usual, he just got his rag and destroyed everything. And I got started from there. Kept struggling with it for the 2 hours that we had to paint. In the last 15 minutes, he says, time to pack up and clean up, lunchtime. In the last 15 minutes, an idea came right through me and everything changed and a new thing came up. And I want to thank you for that because it gave me an avenue of expression.
Do you want some chocolate?
No, but it's interesting because, see, in my paintings, there are 3 different stages. There's a stage that I make love, and I enjoy making love with the canvas, and that's it. And then I have these giclées that they print, and people would get like a limited editions of certain of my paintings that Avatar Fine Art sells it. And when I get these giclées, I have to test all these prints until I'm satisfied with the one that I really like, that I know this is the way I want it, and then they would do the printing of giclée based on that. But I have to pay for the other ones as well. So I'm using the other ones too, which are wrong colors, wrong form. Sometimes I use them upside down, right side up, to paint on them, since I got the canvas and it's available. So I call those quickies. So you got a love making, and then you got quickies. And my quickies are when I'm gonna go somewhere and I got like about an hour that I cannot really get into whole process of love making, so I do a quickie. And those quickies are usually like about an hour of work that I do on a canvas, and it turns out in what we call a mixed media on canvas, which are a different type of painting than regular print. And that again is available at Avatar, that they do that. So I have these love-making paintings, and I have these quickies, and then there's a third one, which is, I call it tricky. Tricky